Hello and welcome, as it is Sunday, the 25th day of February 2018. My name is Derek. Everything you do, like always, is within your own risk and own reward. This video will create content towards Litecoin against the United States dollar, Litecoin against Bitcoin, Litecoin against Ethereum, Litecoin against broad other markets in general. And I'm going to go over my spreadsheet within the Litecoin trading market. So without further ado, let's get started. Daily time frame against the dollar. I inserted these lines up, so I'm looking for resistance on a break of this key 229 level to first appear at 275. An ideal would be breaking out above here to that point, back to the 230 level to stabilize within, but the market's obviously going to do what it's going to do. As we see within this 18 average, it's a front weighted. And if you're wondering how to add this in, what you want to do is look for an add indicator situation. Right click, I can do it here, insert indicator. And the ones I use on here is moving average weighted. You have to click it, for two of them, you need to click it twice. And then when they arrive, you can edit them in here. And I got a formatted, as you can see, 18 to the high, and of course again to the low. Okay, so that's taken care of. So within this action in here, 4 days, or yeah, 4 days within this 18 average, consolidating while the 18 average is still rising. The last few days have been making nice higher lows and higher highs, as it's been flirting right now within the 18 of highs. And it's been spending the last many days, as we can see, with a resistance here being the support from the middle of February. When we take a look at this on a shorter term time frame, we'll say the 2-hour time frame. There we can see in here that this resistance has been tested a little bit, but when it came down after reaching this peak on the 23rd, successful correction with the 18, and we can see just how on the breakout it's working within it, and it's definitely showing a lot of the good bullish signals, how we want it to, after finding resistance where you're supposed to actually keep higher lows going. And then the more often you test resistance, the more likely it is that those levels are taken out. Let's switch this up to the Bitcoin cross. And on the 4-hour time frame, price action coming up to this key Fibonacci point and a little bit above it as well. There was many resistant hits at the big 212 level. And after the last one that came on the 23rd, which had moved for several periods to the 18 average of highs, we can see after this green candle, well, it's no surprise that the follow through is doing what it is doing. If there is going to be any selling, I would expect support to come down to about the 212 area. That is where I have buy orders in. Where did I sell? I sold twice today. Let's take a look at this on a shorter term time frame. I sold first at around this line in here, just right at this point in here, and then I sold again at this high in here. Both of them I'm trying to buy back at the 212 level. And I don't care if I never buy them back again, if the market never goes there. But you know what? Usually it's going to do so, and if it doesn't, well, that means the value of all my Litecoin moving forward is going to be spectacular. Let's move this on to the cross against Litecoin, cross against Ethereum rather, as it's got a very nice, interesting pattern. As Ethereum from December the 12th through the 1st of February, dominating against Litecoin, price action on this cross, going from the 59 handle down to about the 13. So that was about a 4x move on that situation. It has then since basically doubled in value since this point. But look at the last 8, 10, well, everything from the bottom, the whole story. You can talk about each situation from the bottom. 3 green candle move up, so 3 green candles. The second one entered the 18 lows and it never resisted it. And then you have about 7, 8 of these not so moving candles at a big Fibonacci point. And then of course, again, nice one big green candle breaking that resistance. Not very strange or uncommon, actually normal when you break a significant level that you have a fast one to the next one. Did it resist this level? No, it's supporting it. That's that's amazing Fibonacci, but how is it going to handle the supporting of it? Well, here we have on the period that goes up to this top, it's level at the 265 handle, but it comes back down and stabilizes there for 3 or 4 periods, comes back to that area again, retraces back in a length of 3 periods, and now after successfully supporting the 18 highs for a couple of periods, we see it lifting off right now. And I definitely have to think that this thing is poised and ready to go to reach a 335 handle where I will be a seller. I'll sell some of my Litecoin. I already sold at the first line at 232 with a buy order back at this point. If I sell up here, I'll try to buy it back pretty much at this number again here, where I sold before at around the 230 handle. And if I sell here, I will be looking not to sell again until price action can come somewhere close to 0.54 to 0.6 as the next level. If we take a look at this, just this recent pattern on a short-term level, just to see what more we can get from it, then I'll go over my spreadsheet there after that. So we can see that little bit of a pattern here, how you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, like a few candles going higher, and then the consolidation, another little move, bringing it back down, and heck, this is looking very, very nice. So let's go to the spreadsheet, and this is what I have made. What I have on here for now is not many codes, 8. These are codes I'm much considering buying and selling against Litecoin, but there is no exchange right now which Litecoin can cross against these. So I have the price in here, which gets calculated through spreadsheet formulas. Over the last day, how the cross is done, and these data levels have just been inserted. So all of these coins underperformed Litecoin over the last 24 hours. As is the case over the last 10 days, they have all underperformed that of Litecoin. Same with Ethereum, obviously, too, looking at that. I have the 18 high and the 18 low, which represents what the highest price has been over the period of time. Now this is negative, so I got to try to fix this. I just added the OMG entry. So I'm going to look at that later on. I'm not in this video now. I'm going to explain it. But extension, these numbers are low-ish. This is to tell you how big or low this is from the 18 average of closes. And these are how big these numbers have gotten in the past 100 days. And technically speaking, minus 50% is the equivalency of 100. But therefore, I'm looking for bigger moves to determine, okay, if this thing gets really low, like negative 30, 40-ish type deal, 50, 60 even, that means just recently the combination of Litecoin going way higher and the altcoin going way lower has just been acted through. And that's when I want to buy these coins and sell Litecoin. Now I'm going to have to buy them with Bitcoin and sell my Litecoin for Bitcoin. So you sell X amount of Litecoin for Y amount of Bitcoin, and then you buy like whatever amount of the other coin for Y amount of Bitcoin. It's an extra amount of rate to do it, but there can be a lot of profitability within such as well. So what I have on here is I'm going to show you the bottom of this screen. I have tabs. So there's main, I got Litecoin, Dash, and each one of these coins. So what I do is I just manually insert every single day what the price of every coin is. And then from there, the calculations will take on. So Litecoin, I put the price in. Dash, I put the price in as well. And then the formulas in here will calculate everything that I need. So Komodo, the same thing. And for the ones with the lower numbers like this, I've just decided it's just easier for me to write down the Satoshi and then have this equals this number divided by 100 million. And then I will get the price. And so on and so forth. Furthermore, within this, we can notice that XBY is only down 0.7% against Litecoin over the last day. And Litecoin's having a spectacular day. As it's went from 211 to 225, that's a difference of 14 basis points, or that of around 7%. So in the same day, obviously, XBY has gained about 6%. And codes like Dash are barely up, ZEC are barely down, LMC's barely down, OMI's goes up a little bit, and so on and so forth. What I also want to do within this is I'm going to have to put a little area in for price targets. Where do I want to buy and sell? So instead of having buy orders and sell orders, I will just put notes. Okay, when a certain code gets to a certain level, this price against Bitcoin, this price against here, I'm going to want to buy. And a little spreadsheet area too for all my buys and sells, so that if, say, on a particular day I'm going to make a transaction, I'm going to want to know how many of what I'm trading it for, so that if, say, I sell some Litecoin to buy Komodo, okay, so I'll write that in there, and then the market goes way higher, and I'm going to do the opposite and just keep track of it a little bit better, especially if I realize, okay, if I sell something first, maybe I sell 100 Komodo for Litecoin, because Komodo goes way up. Let's say it like doubles in value over whatever period of time. So I sell 100 of them for Litecoin, and then Komodo goes back down like all major up markets do, and maybe Litecoin even goes up a bit, so the price goes down. I might have in a note, okay, I sold maybe this at 0.035. I want to buy it back at 0.02, and I just put a note in there so that I know. That's what I plan on doing within this. Now, as far as these codes are concerned, I'm going to expect that when Litecoin has some spectacular moves to the upside, and right now, because these extensions are just that I'm going to probably add about 5, 6, 7 maybe codes to this list, as there will be, of course, buying opportunities, but for where I want to aggressively sell Litecoin. And I'll use the Bitcoin cross for this. And again, when you look at this chart, resistance, 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 and how this is looking. I've went over a lot of this, so I'm not going to go over too much. And I've lost one of my 18 averages. I might have accidentally deleted it. But when we get to the 3-5 handle, this 36 closer to, that is the first one. It is a smallish, but it's the smallest of the big sell levels. And then again, roughly from 7, I'm always going to adjust the message of the market as time goes, of course, but I would expect that around 0.08 area, I'm going to want to do a little bit again, but again, small. But once we reach the 0.1 to 0.2 level, that's where the aggressive amount of selling is going to come into play, because ideally for me, I would really like to see some of these good bullish choppy moves where you see things like the market go up 10 times and then go down 4x. That's what I would like to see, because that gives me a lot of opportunity to profit from the volatility. So I'm going to add this average in now because it's kind of annoying. I don't know how I accidentally deleted it. But you add indicator. So this one here is the we got a high here. So I will format. And there it is, back again. So thank you for tuning in. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions about this spreadsheet, I try to help another type of method again when I add a few more different things to it, how I can set people up again to use it. But whenever you're looking to make any type of trades, if you know how to use spreadsheets, or you can learn how to do so, using them in this business is very much a big advantage. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.